terjadi ya Pak ya, karena beberapa perusahaan asing sudah menggunakan sistem yang lebih complicated, ya, yang lebih komprehensif tentunya ya. Literatur mungkin terlalu banyak yang ada. Memang di Indonesia banyak hal yang standarnya masih menggunakan performance management system, bagaimanapun juga. Dasar sih Pak, itu dasar. Tapi kalau kemudian bagaimana dikembangkannya, saya rasa kita harus sama-sama belajar banyak hal terhadap perkembangan teknologi yang ke depan. Menyambung yang kedua adalah jumping performance ya Pak. Jumping performance yang timbul sehingga karyawan-karyawan yang harusnya dapetin nilai itu net gaji yang diterima, malah menjadi salah, demotivasi terhadap kinerja dia. Apalagi banyak perusahaan yang ternyata menggunakan distribusi performance dengan kurva, ya Pak. Sebenarnya kan kembali kepada performance management itu menjadi komit dan tidak komitmen adalah top management yang menentukan. Jadi kalau top management terbuka pada awalnya mengatakan bahwa dalam 1 tahun kami memberikan performa sekian, cara pengelolaannya adalah berdasarkan depends on dari si kepala direktoratnya, bisa juga kepala divisinya, kepala departemennya dan sebagainya. Mereka akan describe. Cara mendescribe-nya itu mereka menggunakan sistem open atau enggak open. Pada waktu kita performance management kan kita bicara bahwa kita duduk bersama dengan mereka, bahwa nilai kamu, target kamu ada sekian persen, kamu harus bisa mencapai. Yang menjadi persoalan adalah kadang-kadang waktu kita buka, leader daripada orang-orang yang melakukannya itu yang menjadi kuncinya. Dia mau nggak sih disebut dengan poin 3 yang tadi saya bilang itu nilainya adalah target 100%, atau jangan-jangan target 100% itu dinilai 4 atau dinilai 5 gitu kan, sehingga performa yang ke bawahnya adalah yang semakin kecil. Kalau semakin kecil nilai dari itunya, harapan gajinya adalah semakin besar. Semua karyawan sama untuk itu. Sehingga kunci dari apa yang disebut dengan kunci kesuksesan dari perusahaan adalah apakah distribusi masih perlu harus jalan atau enggak. Kalau mau jalan, bukan pada saat evaluasi performance evaluations PEDP, tetapi dilakukannya pada saat performance planning. Karena waktu set target segala macam, kita akan set nilai 2 adalah 2, nilainya berapa persen yang harus capai dalam achievement, nilai 3 adalah 3, sehingga orang tuh nggak kaget, oh saya mencapai individual 100%. Kalau kita memang mencapai semuanya 100%, berarti kesimpulannya performa perusahaan harusnya seimbang, akan naik. Kalau naik jumlahnya sesuai dengan permintaan, ya kembali ke komitmen manajemen lagi. Manajemen mau nggak sih memberikan nilai itu kembali ke karyawan individunya. Kalau mereka mengatakan, oh saya sudah capai sekian, tapi ini harus buat bonus dividen, buat apa segala macam, sehingga buat karyawan ada nilai sekian, itu adalah sesuatu hal yang di luar daripada konteks mungkin Pak. Jadi saya sih punya gambaran, kalau kami di Metodata, kami selalu menjalankan proses yang namanya pendistribusian performance. Itu adalah kita lihat daripada individu dan pencapaian daripada secara total company Pak. Karena kita punya 6 company, kita akan lihat daripada performance masing-masing. PTA, PTB, PTC itu performance yang bisa dia capai itu secara percentage itu berapa? Kalau kita cascade turun ke bawah, itu Pak.
Proactive, you are being reactive, where you will wait for the entire quarter or 6 months to tell people what went wrong instead of stopping them when things are going wrong. So the first thing that we do for a business is introduce measures of feedback. We call it feedback and not feedback. One way of doing that is the concept of recommendations. So what that means is, as an employee, I don't have to wait for the entire year to get feedback, either from my managers or from my peers. I have this concept of recommendations, where for any of the goals that I have been assigned, I can at any point of time go and ask different people whom I might have worked with for an informed feedback. So I am not waiting for that 6 monthly feedback or that annual feedback. All I am doing is, if I have worked in multiple teams, and that's what millennials do these days, since they're not happy or they get bored very soon with one kind of role, so they might end up working in multiple roles across multiple teams. So the system gives them an option of going and asking anybody that they might have worked with for their feedback on the goals that they have been assigned. So there's no more waiting, you get instant feedback. Then a very important part of talent management, especially for millennials, is how do you align the performance? Why this becomes extremely important is because you are no more in a scenario where everybody believes, especially the millennials, that company is the most important for them. So when you talk about their goal management, if you were to leave it up to them to choose their own goals, there's a probability a lot of the goals might be with respect to how they can improve themselves vis-a-vis what is good for the company. And there is no wrong or no right in that, but that's how things can actually be. So if that happens and then at the end of the performance process you tell them all the goals you chose were incorrect, it's going to lead to a bad situation. They won't be happy. So one very important part is how does the system help you align the performance goals right in the beginning itself. So with millennials, it's extremely important that there is a goal alignment process where they can be given a healthy mix of individual as well as company specific goals. So alignment is very important for them. Then the entire concept of feedback is where they can give their feedback at any point of time. So we have this concept of performance journals and sentiment analysis where at any point of time in the performance cycle, it could be on a daily basis, it could be on a monthly basis, whenever they want, be it the employee or the manager, they can go and give their feedback against each goal that they are working on. So how are they feeling towards achieving that goal? And that kind of sentiment analysis is available to our managers. So as a manager, you don't have to wait for, again, that quarterly feedback cycle where you talk to the employee to understand how they are feeling. In the system itself, on a day-to-day basis, employees can give their feedback on how they are feeling towards multiple goals that they have, and you can track the entire sentiment analysis. So you will know that whether this goal is going to be achieved or not because the employees are feeling good about it or they are not feeling good about it. So you don't have to wait for any kind of self-appraisal coming from the employee at the end of the cycle to see how they are doing. They can give their feedback at any point of time.